What is up? What is up? What is up, everyone? Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? Had some good games today in the SWAC. Let me know if my sound is good so we can get the show on the road. All right, hold on. Loud and clear. Cool. All right. All right, give me just a moment and put my stuff up. All right. Now, all right. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody had a good night. I hope everybody enjoyed the game tonight. Well, today, actually. It was an early game. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Now, tonight, I might make some people mad, but I feel like it's some things that need to be said. I'm hoping people don't get mad at me because I feel like it's some things that need to be said. The Jackson State versus Valley game was a really good game. Jackson State defense is they are what they are, man. They like that. But that broadcast was disrespectful to the fans. It was embarrassing for our conference, actually, I would say. And, you don't want to overreact, but when you see around the other conferences how their production is, I don't know if it's ESPN. I really want to know if it's ESPN cameras we're using. Because if it's ESPN cameras we're using, that means that they are just giving us the trash cameras to use for our games. And they're not giving us the good cameras. So, yeah, I definitely feel like it's on purpose. Something needs to be done about that. I'm going to send an email to the commissioner myself and to Jackson State's president to fix that, because we pay for ESPN. We pay for the subscription for ESPN Plus to watch SWAC games. We need our production to be up to par. There's no excuse for that. The screen was green. The white balance was off. If y'all know anything about taking pictures and stuff like that, I'm gonna pull up a picture for y'all. Hold on just a second. Like this right here. Well, you see how crisp and clear, even though this is a picture, I have a Shadur up, but you see how those whites look, and this is what we got. The sideline has a green tint on it, and it was blurry. It was a blurry mess. The sideline was green. The Jackson State logo is green. There was moments where the audio was bad. You was hearing crowd conversations and stuff like that. I don't know what was going on with the mic. Also, there was one angle where it was rumbling the whole time. The whole camera was shaking. And it's like, come on, man. We're paying you for this subscription to watch the game, and that's how it looks. Straight Starlight Moon said it was green as hell. Yeah, and I'm like, come on, man. This is college football. We should have top of the line production in the SWAC. We definitely should have that. We have historic schools: Grambling, Southern, FAMU, Jackson State, Alcorn. Our production should be top. We should be top tier in the FCS. And if it's ESPN that's doing this, they need to be called out for that. Because if you're going to broadcast our games, you need to make sure that the level of production is up to par. Don't give us the crumbs. Don't give us, they played the audio from the Bethune game. Like, what is that? Come on now. What is that? I was highly disappointed. So I'm definitely hoping Coach Prime or AD Ashley Robinson, whoever the powers that be can talk to ESPN and get this stuff fixed, because that was a mess, man. That was a mess. It's on ESPN. Okay, yeah, it's on ESPN. They take down my comments. I commented too. They might have took mine down. They might have deleted mine. But I'm gonna email. I'm gonna email whoever the production part of Jackson State, because I'm pretty sure they're in talks with ESPN. And you have to demand better. Like ESPN, if you're gonna broadcast our games, you need to make sure this is right, because that was a mess. And then I on my Twitter, I put up a clip that Light on Sports. If y'all not following Light on Sports on Twitter, follow them. They're a good platform, put out a lot of good content for colleges. But they posted a clip of North Dakota State game, and the game was so crisp. I was jealous looking at these other conferences, uh, looking at their footage. I was jealous tonight. I was like, man, why we can't have our stuff look like that? The color was off. Yeah, the color was green. And if you know, like cameras and stuff like that, they have to set a white balance. Because if you don't set your white balance right, it's gonna have a tint to it. It's gonna be off. So, and it seemed like all the cameras was like that. It seemed like one tried to fix it, but it was a mess, and I'm highly disappointed. But let's get on to the game. We ain't gonna talk about the negative too much, but yeah, ESPN need to get it together if they're gonna broadcast up, because at this point, you already got issues with racism and stuff like that going on. And then you say you're trying to really, really put HBCUs in a good light and highlight HBCUs, but this is what you do. This is how you do it. You do the bare minimum. I wish we can go to Fox, because FS1 games look awesome. If y'all see FS1 college games, they look awesome. But anyway, let's get to the game. The game was great. Jackson State, they got some mistakes to clean up. They getting off to these slow starts. But the defense locked in out of their first touchdown. Valley came in, slapped them real quick, and they woke them up. They had to wake them up, because Valley came in, they scored right off the bat. And I thought it was gonna be a game after that. I was like, oh Lord, here they go with these slow starts again. But they went on and got it together. And they put 49 on the guys. I mean, they should have put 60 on them, but they end up just doing 49. And one thing about it, Wilkerson, the running back Wilkerson, I love his running style. He reminds me of a little mini Marshawn Lynch or something. Like he's big, he's fast, and he's powerful. And he fumbled and they took him out. I hate they did that. He don't fumble a lot. So I thought, man, let him ride. Let him ride. But they went on, took him out. I guess Coach Prime is like, when you phone the ball, you get a ball up, you got to sit out. So I guess that's how they got it. But I'm loving him as a running back, man. He is definitely a game changer for Jackson State. I attended BCU. We got to step up attendance and fan participation at these games. Our games sound like Pop Warner games on TV. Stadium needs to be full and deafening. Yeah, man, we definitely have to start. We definitely have to start demanding better of the fans. If you got family members and stuff that that's a part of the HBCU community that you went to, man, tell them, hey, man, we got to go to these games, y'all. We got to support our team. Yeah, it's hot, but we got to support our team. We can't be our community can't look like we don't support our team and have these guys out there playing and nobody's there. That's very disheartening when you work all week, you practice all week, and then you go to the game and nobody's there but your family and a few of your friends. The fan base isn't there. It makes it feel like you don't care, and even with the band, the band practice like crazy, and then nobody's there at the game. It's disheartening. And us grown people, man, we got money, we got a lot of time on the weekend. We can go to a game. We can spend that money, go to a game, sit in the hot sun, support these kids for a little while. It will be nice if they push the start times back a little. Yeah, I wish they would. I wish they would too, but it is what it is. Thank you, Miss Ivy too. The HBCU Sports Wire. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was there. It was bad. Yeah, so Grambling lost today against Bethune-Cookman, and so my guesses for this today was wrong because I picked Grambling to win, and they lost. So I don't know, Grambling. That's what, 2 in a row. Y'all got to get it together. Grambling. I'm gonna open up the phone line so y'all can call in. Let me know what y'all think about the game. I'm not gonna harp on the production too much. I mean, y'all can talk about it if y'all want to, but I'm not gonna be a Debbie Downer. But that really did make me mad when they did that. But so the phone lines are open. Oh, I gotta put the give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta put the phone number up. I didn't Bethune-Cookman spank that ass. Right. I didn't talk about the Texas Southern score. What was the Texas Southern score, y'all? I didn't even look at them today. Did they win? They win today? Give me 1 second, y'all. I need to get the phone number for y'all. (52-24) loss. Oh man. But they said that UTSA school was good. They said they were good, but let me get the phone number for y'all. I should have already had this done. That's my bad, y'all. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Give me 1 second, y'all. I know I usually already have this stuff already ready to go. My bad. That Miami loss was bad. Yeah, I can't believe they lost tonight. Miami, they don't usually lose games like that. And they got all them 5 stars and 4 stars and 5 stars, and they losing like that. That's crazy. Oh, we got somebody calling. Somebody must got the number by heart. Y'all must got the number saved. Somebody got the number saved. Let me answer the phone. Hold on. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me.
This is Gabriel. What's going on, SWAC?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I was at the game, man. Yeah, it was a little warm, and looked like a bunch of Valley players, man, was going down either through cramping or heat exhaust.
Yeah, I seen that.
It looked like. Say it again.
I said I seen that.
Yeah, and it looked like Prime had our guys conditioned well, because I really didn't see nobody go down with heat exhaustion. No major injuries.
Yeah, that's what conditioning does. When you condition and you're hydrated, you're able to withstand stuff like that. That's why it's always good to invest in a strength and conditioning coach.
That's right. That's right. But I tell you what though, I ain't gonna lie to you. When Valley, the first play, I think the first couple play of the game, they broke out with the running game, and whoo, I'm surprised they didn't. Well, I guess Jack State did kind of shut it down, but I'm surprised they didn't stick to the run more often.
Yeah. I think the quarterback started seeing, he was like a deer in headlights after a while, because they started pressing him. They started blitzing him a lot, so he got flustered.
Right, and then Wilkerson, he did good today, exception for that one fumble. I think if it weren't for that right there, Jackson State would have scored at least 56 points on them, because that's what I was expecting, like 50-67,
Yeah.
But I got one question for you, and I'm gonna get on down.
Go ahead.
Did Alabama State did they schedule Jackson State for their homecoming game?
Yep. They tried to. I guess they was trying to get their get back. You know, because Jackson State scheduled them for the homecoming the year before. So I guess they trying to get their revenge for getting beat on Jackson State homecoming.
Okay. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get on up off of here. But I'm gonna do this. You know how Stephen A. Smith, you know how he act when the Cowboys, lose, right? Okay. Yeah, and this goes out to Alabama State. All right, man, I'm gone.
I appreciate the call. All right. So the phone lines are open, y'all. 657-390-4814. Y'all can call in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Let's get the likes up. Got another call. Hold on just a second. What's going on, Carter? You live? Talk to me.
Man, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. How you?
The game really was. I mean, got jumped out there and slapped him real quick, and you had to wake him up.
Yeah.
Like you said. But it's like the defense was not the starting defense. I don't know if he was trying to get other guys some playing time or whatever, but they was not the starting defense. I mean, you didn't have Aubrey Miller in the middle, and I mean, I don't think they would have got that long run if he would have been in the middle. And then I just feel like the chemistry of the team is not consistent enough to where they can get off to a fast start. I think because they making everybody earn their position every week. I think that sometimes is causing the chemistry to be a little off. So what do you think about that?
You know what? I didn't really think about that, but you might be right about that because you do need team cohesion, and the chemistry does play a part. And so with you switching players in and out all the time, that could cause some trouble. But can we really complain that they're blowing teams out? We can't really complain.
But
it's working.
Teams, you can't really complain, but at the same time, if you're a player and if you played before, you need that consistency. You got to know that. I'm going to come out the game, but at least I know I'm going to start the game. And when I need a breather, I'm going to have this guy coming in, and it's going to be a well-oiled machine. And it's kind of like Luckerson. He fumbled the ball, but yet look at what he's done for the team. He's usually the spark plug, one that gets things started. I mean, the guy runs so hard, and you think about the game, and you didn't see him for a little while there because he fumbled. But they didn't take Shadura out of the ball game last week when he fumbled the freaking football. You know what I'm saying? They didn't put number 7 in there after he fumbled the football, and he made mistakes too. And another thing I have to say is he should have been out of the game at the 8-minute mark and in the fourth quarter. He should have been out of the game. There's no reason why they should have had him still in the game.
I can't disagree with you there because it's like why you have him in the game and then you didn't really get anything out of it, and then he threw an interception, so you kind of put a ding on his on his stats really because he threw an interception at the end of the game. But I do agree that Wilkerson should have got another chance. He don't fumble really. He never really fumbled.
Right.
He run with the ball. He always use both hands when he's carrying the ball, so he's always careful. So I would have kind of gave him a pass on that because that's not something that he usually do. So I would have went on and put him back in. But Coach Prime has his system. He probably have it to where he hold everybody accountable except the quarterback. With a quarterback, you kind of can't really do that because the quarterback really has to play the most of the game to make sure that no problems happen and the other team doesn't come back. So I see why he kept Shadur in, but with the other positions, I mean, he probably trying to make people earn a spot. If you make a mistake, you come out. That's probably the rule they got. JD Martin,
the rule, but Shadur will be making, like he hold on to the ball too long. He's gonna get better as time goes on with that. I should hope. He was off today. I mean, he was underthrowing people and receivers and overthrowing receivers. And I understand him. They're trying to get him on track, but when you get to 42 points and you at the point in the fourth quarter where you know they're not coming back, you need to prepare the second string quarterback to be able to come in the game and run the offense as well. Because what if something happens to do? What you gonna do?
You said he was overthrowing. I didn't really see him overthrow too many guys or underthrow.
He underthrew number 10, sure touchdown. He underthrew him, and he overthrew. I mean, he just totally overthrew like 3 balls. It's. I mean, he makes mistakes just as well as anybody else, but he is a sophomore. He's 2-year player. You give him that, but at the same time, if he makes mistakes and you don't come down on him a certain way, you got to show that same leniency towards other guys, because they had it. Shador put the ball in number 5's hands and he dropped it because he took his eyes off of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you come out the game. We understand you come out the game, but you gotta let these players sometimes redeem themselves, because if you don't let that happen, who's to say how they're gonna play the next week?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They beat themselves up over and over again over one bad play. There's gonna be bad plays in the SEC. There, players make bad plays.
I got you.
I
got you. But I got other callers. I'm gonna get to them. Appreciate the call. Thank you for calling.
All right, my brother. Take it easy.
All right, you too.
Okay.
All right, let's get to the next caller. Thank you for calling. What's going on, caller? You live. Talk to me.
Hey, SWAC, bro. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How you?
I'm doing great, man. This is Clarence from New Jersey, the Jackson State Alumni, Jackson, Mississippi. I'm just calling about, man, it is football, man. Everybody make mistakes, man.
Yeah.
Everybody well, he did take him out the game. Brady don't even come out the game. But everybody got something to criticize. They beat out at 49-7. It was a blowout. It was still a blowout. You get touchdown, got called back from you going to the goal line. That's 2 touchdowns right there.
Right. What did you think about do you think Wilkerson should have stayed in the game?
Who?
Wilkerson, the running back.
Well, hey, you from the ball, you coming out. That's just the way it is with Jackson State.
Oh, okay.
It don't make no difference. Anybody else from the ball, they coming out too. But you got to correct it. It's no big deal. They get it straightened out.
Yeah. They got good running backs though.
Jack Station, he did this. So doing our standards out. No, you should say he stayed in there, let him play. Everybody got negative stuff all the time. Oh, they should did this, should did. You don't know what the coaches' plans are. Y'all not down there on the field what they're doing. And I worked for the athletic department when I was out there in the 70s. And I get tired of people that, Jackson State, hey, man, be bad here. You be bad all the time. Yeah, he's not trying to get them on the dumb. No, they did not dominate. They lost 2 touchdowns. That still was in domination.
That's true. Now, I think a lot of people are looking at it from the standpoint that he might get hurt. If he get hurt, then
his arm is hurt.
Yeah,
I know that, did you?
Who? Talking about Shador?
His arm hurt. Shador arm hurt.
Oh, okay.
That's why he was throwing the ball a little short.
Well, we don't know that. I don't know that for sure. So, but if you know something that we don't know, okay.
I know that.
Okay.
His arm is hurting.
Okay. Israel Carey said he's already hurt. Okay. But I mean, if that's what it is, then why would you have him in there for the 4th quarter when his game is already out of reach?
Because sometimes coaches do that, man. Some they don't like what the offense is doing. They do that. They're not trying. You gonna go out there and play. It's not about I got to play against other people. No, you don't do it. Football is not like that. And I work for the football department. I'm the boss here and Coach Boyd. Football is not like that.
I got you.
Everybody said, well, they should have did this. They should have did. They still 4-0, man. Come on, man. They won the game 49-7. And did Grambling lose today?
Yeah, they lost to Bethune-Cookman.
So they need to talk about whoever they lost to, everybody else, but they keep worrying about Jackson State. They're 4-0. Quit worrying about Jackson State. They're going to be just fine. I told you one time I called and I told them they're going 13-0. I still stick by my opinion. They're going 13-0.
I got you. I appreciate the call, brother.
I think that's the program I invested in the 70s. So I have not done with all this other stuff back in my day. I'm a lot older now.
Oh, okay.
But back then, you don't just take players out to be just take them out and get somebody else some reps, man. But that's the problem with everybody. Oh, Jackson State should have did this. Anytime you beat somebody 49-7, look at Alabama. They look at some of these other schools. They won like 39-22. And in Power 5 school, they playing some ranky-dank teams too.
That's true. Well, yeah.
But you say, oh, Jackson State didn't do this. Jackson State didn't do that. Jackson State didn't do this. What did Valley do? They scored one time. That was in the first quarter.
Right.
They scored again.
You preaching though, man. But I appreciate the call. I'm gonna get to the next caller. Thank you for calling, though.
All right, man.
All right, thank you, brother. All right. Caller just hung up. You can call back. Don't talk about Jackson State on his watch. He is not playing. Call lines are open 657-390-4814. Like and subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't subscribed yet. Hold on just a second. I don't see anybody in the meeting that says. Okay. Yeah, caller just hung up. You can call back. Yeah, man. Don't talk about Jack State on his watch. He is not playing. Let me get this call, y'all. Hold on just a second. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me. Hello. Hello.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
I can.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So yeah, I understand how some of the callers feel when they're saying that Shedeur needs to be taken out because they're looking out for his health. But you can't take him out just because they have a big lead, especially with what they're trying to do with him. They're trying to get him to the league, and in order to do that, they're going to have to pad his stats. He's going to have 5, 6, 7 touchdown games in order for them to, to keep taking a big look at him in order for Jackson State to get in that national limelight. Now, with Savion, makes sense. He fumbled the ball. They take him out. You want to get some of the other running backs some reps because now we're getting ready to go into a bye. So we already know that, late in the season, they're probably going to ride Savion. So when you're talking about a running back that's getting tackled every single time he gets the ball, you got to take him out and let that body get some rest, especially now he's getting ready to go into the bye. So luckily we got enough weapons, and with the running backs, they were producing, so it didn't make sense to put them back in. Just let him get some extra rest going into the bye week because you got a running back behind him that's actually producing at this point. But, I understand you want to protect Shedeur as much as possible, but, he has to have those big games and has to have his stats packed, especially when you start looking at the stats from last year and people saying that, he's getting better. So it just has to make sense to make sure that his numbers look much better than it did last year. He was already rated, ranked number 4 in the FCS. So they're trying to get him up to be, the number 1 rated quarterback in FCS. So he's going to be playing a lot of times that we expect him not to be playing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I could definitely see they're trying to get him, he's having these Heisman talks. So they're really trying to get him to keep his stats up to keep up with these other guys that's being talked about as some of the best quarterbacks in the country. So that's how he's going to be able to get drafted by dominating where he's at. So I definitely see why they're doing it. I don't want him to get hurt. And when a team is getting blown out, not saying that another SWAC team would do this, But when a team is getting blown out, they get chippy, they get mad. They try to do stuff on purpose. Not saying that any SWAC team would do that, but I'm saying that has happened in the past where a team is getting blown out and you leave your star quarterback in. They might give him a late hit, touch him up a little bit, just because they mad about it. I think I lost you, caller, but it's all good. Phone lines are open, y'all. 657-390-4814. If y'all want to call in, give your thoughts on the game. SWAC Buzz, I've seen good QBs get hurt at the start of game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it can happen, but I'm just saying, like, when the team is getting blown out, you don't want the dirty stuff to start. So, but I understand they're trying to keep his stats up. They're trying to, he's in these Heisman discussions. Well, they're talking about him with Bryce Young and all these other guys. So they definitely want to keep him in the spotlight. So I understand why they're doing it. Shadur was 40 of 51, 438 yards. So Alcorn is playing right now. And I just looked at the score. They're in a tight game. Let me look at the score again. They're in a tight game with Arkansas Pine Bluff. It's fourth quarter. It was 21-24 last time I looked at it. So yeah, it's still 21-24. So Alcorn's in a tight game with UAPB. UAPB kind of good this year, y'all. People sleeping on UAPB, but they doing their thing. So let me get this call, y'all. Hold on just a second. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me.
Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing good. How are you?
Going great.
Good. The bottom line is this. Coach Deion Sanders, I met him when I was at the Red River Classic, Texas at Oklahoma. He was incognito with his little boy. His little boy was maybe about 5 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
And he had his baseball cap over his eyes. He didn't want to see nobody. I was working the little basketball booth at the state fair. Where you throw the basketball in the hoop and you win a big teddy bear?
Mm-hmm.
And he was walking with his little son. This was 2007. And he didn't want to be seen, but he sensed me. He sensed I was a real one. He sensed my presence. He turned around. He shook my hand. He was with little Shadur Sanders, 5 years of age, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I introduced myself to him. I told him it was my honor to meet him. And he told me it was his honor to meet me. We spoke, and he moved on. Just on my path, on my journey. Well, here we are today, 49-7, JSU over Mississippi Valley State. And the prime principle that Deion Sanders, who is by all accounts the most dominant being the operative term, the most dominant cornerback that the NFL at the highest level has ever seen. He is teaching these young men how to be dominant. So when you hear callers call in with their perspectives, pick your game up. See, you called in on one perspective. They should have did this. They should have did this. They could have did this, or they could have did this. What you fail to see is that Deion, Coach Prime Sanders, is teaching them to dominate. Give everything that you got. Be dominant on this level. You dominate this level. You go to the next level. If you ever saw Tiger Woods make a putt and the putt go right in, but Tiger Woods not satisfied, but everybody go like, what happened? The putt went in. Tiger Woods goes, yeah, but I could have did it a little bit better. I count 70 points today. I count 3 touchdowns. The score, if they were dominant, executed at every opportunity, did not make any mistakes, I count 70-7. You have to understand it's levels to the game. So when the caller, not the caller who was the last caller, but the caller before him, who was saying they should have took him out and Shadur Sanders fumbles too. And Deion, Coach Prime Sanders said, well, I don't treat every player the same. different personalities, different situations, different circumstances call for different approaches to get the desired result. He know his players. He know his team. He is a father figure to them. If you got 5 kids, they all going to be different. You could take this one out, but leave this one in because he needs to be in. He know what this is. He needs it for his confidence. His ego a little slight. His ego is tough.
Go ahead.
I'm building him up. I'm going to break him down.
Go ahead and finish up for me because I got other callers, but go ahead and finish up for me. I'll give you the last word.
Okay.
Yeah.
The key word here for any callers that want to call in after me is he is teaching them domination. It don't matter what the score is, 49-7, and they up by 50, and there's 2 minutes left. Dominate till the end. That's what he's teaching them.
Right.
That's what they do in the Power 5 conference, the so-called Power 5. But when I watch JSU, I'm watching the Power 5 college on the come up. Because in the next 2 to 3 years, I'll put them up against anybody. And Deion Sanders don't have to go to Auburn to get a job or Alabama. You looking at Alabama when you watch JSU.
All right. Thank you for the call, brother. I had to land your plane, brother. I had to land your plane. Caller that just hung up, you can call back. If y'all want to call in, 657-390-4814, 657-390-4814. The phone lines are open. Y'all can call in, get your thoughts on the game. My man was telling the whole story. I'm on the edge of my seat, just thinking that the plot is about to, it was about to go somewhere. It didn't go nowhere. I was like, what's going on? I thought the story was about to go. I thought it was about to get good and juicy, and I'm on the edge of my seat, like, okay. Well, appreciate you calling, caller. Thank you for calling. He has to be a pastor. Hold on, y'all. What's going on, Carly? Live, talk to me.
SWAC Buzz, what's happening, my good man? Israel Carey calling from Illinois.
What's going on, Israel?
Man, look, I think what I see happening, especially on the offensive end, is that I think Coach Prime and the rest of the coaches are well aware of who they know will be starting these football games when October gets here. And I think while they have the time and while they have the resources and while they have the players, they're going to switch a lot of people in, switch a lot of people out. And I think that's why we see a lot of inconsistency sometimes with Shedeur. He's not playing with the regular team that he's going to be playing with on a consistent level in the next 2-3 weeks. So I think what we can watch in the next few weeks is that offensive team is going to consolidate. Shedeur will be more consistent because you're going to have the regular players that's going to play all the time and not all of this back and forth and switching out. I just think we've been in the auditioning period during practice, and Coach Prime is about to, get the final group of men that'll be playing, after the bye week. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe just testing them out, and I know number 4 is going to be on the roster, on the starting lineup, because that boy is cold. That boy's a pro through and through. He's definitely an NFL player.
At some point, I think what we see happening in the second half of the games, in the second, third and fourth quarter, I think we're going to see some of that translate gradually to the first half. It's just going to take a couple of weeks until, as I said, I think the coaches know who will be playing. It's just a matter of getting those guys together and keeping those reps up, but they'll be all right.
Right. Well, Israel, I appreciate the call, man. All right, thank you.
Glad you're feeling better. Take care.
All right, thank you. All right, let me get to the next caller. 1 second, y'all. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me.
Hey, it's LOL, Maya. How you doing? Good night to everybody.
How you doing, Maya?
I'm just cracking up when you said the plane got to be landed. I'm like, oh my God, I hope he doesn't land my plane. But anyway, I'm calling because I agree with, shout out to the caller who was on Shador's neck all night long talking about he should have been out, he should have been this. Shout out to him because he got to understand the concept that Prime is setting for these guys, okay? He really got to understand that. So Prime is not going to take out Shador because there's a purpose that he's, there's a goal and there's a purpose for the Heisman. I mean, that's what they're looking forward to. So he's not going out. He's not going to take him out.
Mm-hmm.
Wilkerson. So I think his name is Sayoy Wilkerson. I can't remember the first name, but Wilkerson, I mean, he is already NFL worthy. I mean, this dude is going to go to the NFL. So, he was taken out of the game, and I was kind of disappointed about that. But at the end of the day, we know where he's going and where he's headed. For me, the game was kind of too slow, and my subscription with ESPN, I'm really disappointed because, like what you said in the beginning, it was just awful. The streaming was just absolutely awful. So if you can get on them, I'm going to email them as well and let them know.
We all need to be emailing them.
We're not putting up with this bullshit. I mean, I need my money back if that's what's going to happen in all the games, period.
Yeah, true. We all need to get on one accord and email bomb them and let them know, hey, y'all not about to do our games like this. Y'all not about to give us the bare minimum and, give us crap. You wouldn't do that to Alabama. You wouldn't do that to Ohio State.
Or Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Or Georgia Tech. They wouldn't do that to Georgia Tech. So, which I don't know if Georgia Tech is on ESPN too, but hey, they probably not.
They make sure they cross their T's and dot their I's when it come to those big time Power 5 schools.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrendous. And if I'm paying my money, like what you said, I need to get something better than this. This is ridiculous. Because the game that I went to was the GAM game, and like I said, I burned, so I didn't go to this game. But I want to be able to have it streamed properly. But I hear you on, we need to get together, everybody, and just write something to ESPN. I'm not going to take up all your time because I don't want you to land my plane. So I just wanted to say that, shout out to the guy that constantly had his foot on Shador's neck, because he really don't understand the concept that Prime is trying to build for these boys.
Okay. Well, thank you for the call.
Anyway.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for taking my call. Bye-bye.
Right, thank you. All right. She said, don't land my plane. What's going on, Carly? You live, talk to me.
All right. Question for you. Do you think Jackson State is ready to play against like a Montana State, University of Montana, North Dakota State University?
Yeah, I do. I think they're good enough.
All right.
I think some of their players are better than the players that's on North Dakota State. But what my worry would be is the mistakes. And, the mistakes, they're not going to be able to make mistakes like they make against these SWAC teams against someone like North Dakota State because they're going to capitalize on it, So that would be my worry. If they go in and play their best game and be clicking on all cylinders, they can beat anybody in the country, I believe, on the FCS level.
And do you think next year Deion going to schedule like a UCLA or Arizona State or like a Texas A&M, anything like that on schedule?
Well, usually those games are already scheduled. I know they play Texas State next year. That's going to be the out of conference game. And so sometimes they already have those games scheduled like years on down the line. So I don't know, but I mean, maybe they might make some wiggle room, but Coach Prime not into those money games. So unless he's ready, so if he stays at Jackson State for some years, I definitely think he's going to be playing some of these top schools.
Now, do you think with all the job openings right now with Nebraska and, probably Auburn and other schools like that, I'm sure there'll be other D1 schools will be opening too. You think he'll leave Jackson State to go to those because of bigger money at all or no?
I don't think so. I don't see those being a good fit for him. When has Auburn hired a black coach? Has Auburn ever had a black coach?
I can't think of.
No, I don't think Auburn's ever had a black coach. Yeah, and I don't think Georgia Tech has ever had a black coach either. I know Nebraska has never had Well, Nebraska has a black interim coach now, but I don't know if they have a history of hiring black coaches like that. And those boosters run those schools, and so
yeah, big time.
Yeah, so sometimes it's not really up to the fans or whatever what coach they pick. They might not see that person as a good fit. Now, I think they would definitely have him on the staff, but being the head coach, I think Florida State would hire him as a head coach. I think a school like it's a bunch of Power 5 schools that would hire black head coaches, but I don't see Auburn doing. Auburn is Alabama redneck school. Like, nah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame would do it. Yeah, Notre Dame would do it. But Auburn, nah, I don't see Auburn doing it.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good game for next year, like beginning of the season, the next 2 years, like a Montana State or University of Montana versus Jackson State.
Mm-hmm. I want to see it. I would like to see it too. I definitely would like to see them go up against North Dakota State and soon, because I just want folks to shut up and stop talking about it. I want people to stop saying that, Jackson State wouldn't be able to do that against North Dakota State and all this stuff. I would like to see Jackson State shut everybody up and go out there and show everybody that they can hang with whoever. I would like to see that.
Oh, yeah, I definitely can see it. I'll put money on Jackson State, you know. But thanks, brother. I appreciate you picking the phone up for me.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the call.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah, I would be shocked if Auburn did something like that. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Auburn is a different beast. Prime to Auburn. And I don't know if Prime will even want to go to the SEC, though. I don't even know he would want to go to the SEC. That's not going to stop the haters from hating. If Jackson State beat North Dakota State, they won't have no choice but to shut up. They wouldn't have no choice. Where are the South Carolina State fans at tonight? Right. South Carolina State need to be trying to make it to the Celebration Bowl so they can have this revenge game against Jackson State if Jackson State make it. I'm not just gonna say they're gonna make it because I don't want to make any other fan base feel some type of way. But let's see what this game going on with Alcorn State is right now. The game is still 21-24. 6 minutes to go into the game. Well, no, it's not. It's 31-21. My bad, y'all. Alcorn look like they about to win. Got another call coming in. Let me get this call, y'all. Hold on a second. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me.
What's up, man? Can you hear me, bro?
Man, it sounds like you out cutting grass or something, man.
Oh, nah, my bad, man. I drive trucks, man. This is Margo from Jackson, bro. Man, look, I just wanted to say this right here, man. Look, everybody that keep talking about Coach Prime leaving, man, look, bro ain't going nowhere. And if he do, he done already laid a foundation for us to build on top of. So it's going to be up on us, the real Jacksonians, to stand on where he done already laid down, whether he stay or he leave. And that's all I got to say about this, SWAC. Appreciate the call.
All right, thank you for the call. Yeah. There's a lot of noise in his background. Let me get this other call. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me.
How you doing, brother? How you doing, man?
Doing great.
Hey, I was listening to the show, and Coach Prime won't go to Auburn because the boosters run those programs, man. At Jackson State, he can do just what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more than likely he will never be at Auburn. And secondly, with Shador, the guy is right. They're padding his stats right now because he is in a Heisman talks. But the one thing about that is, if you remember, after the boy from Alcorn, Steve McNair won, they kind of capped it off and made it the Walter Payton Award. So the Heisman can stay in the Power Five or whatever. I may be explaining it a little wrong or whatever, but it's going to be hard for him to get over into that actual Heisman or get invited to New York unless he completely balls out to the point to where they cannot deny him at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he keeps going the way he's going, he might not win it. I'm not gonna say he's gonna win it, but as long as he's in the conversation, that's all Coach Prime needs. He just needs him to be in the conversation. So that way, when it's come time to, when draft time comes, his name will be out there and he can go first round. I don't think anybody's thinking he's going to actually win it because, it's kind of biased. They're biased towards the Power 5 level. But I think just having him in the conversation is going to do wonders for that program.
True that. Listen, I ain't gonna keep the show hostage. I know you're trying to get through the callers, man. Hey, thanks for receiving my call, man. You have a good night.
All right, thanks for the call. Yeah, I think they just want him in the conversation. Hold on just a second. Let me get this other call. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, I'm Hunt, caller from Arizona. I went to Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to the callers, man. Like, all right, Sador's not gonna win the Heisman. He's an FCS player. We get that. Like, he's gonna win. He should be in the Walter Payton conversation. We got to stop the Heisman talk. That's one. With the Wilkinson thing, we all know Wilkinson is a great running back. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But he fumbled. Everybody else got benched for fumbling. Like, we gotta get this inconsistent shit. Like, some people want to understand the game. Like, he fumbled. Like, that's a rule across the board. That's what it seems like at this point. Like, that's the same way he got the starting position. Both running backs fumbled, he became a starter.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's true.
So I think at Jackson State people, we gotta relax. And I think the biggest thing, I heard on other podcasts today, people were saying the game was a C+, this and that. I'm like, we got to get out of this microwave thing. Like, what you think about that? You think everybody is a microwave fan now? They want to see blowouts in the first quarter, like.
I think everybody just has high expectations for this team. They see them on another level than most of the other SWAC teams. So they just think that Jackson State should go out and blow them out from the jump. Their first drive, Valley shouldn't be able to do that to Jackson State. So you definitely need them to lock in early on.
I get that, but I'm looking at it like we went right back and scored on the next drive. Like, so 2 opening drives. That's really what you want from your football team. Like, you want to come out on the opening drive and score. I get it. They shouldn't have did that to us because it's Valley. But we did the same thing in the second half. We went right down the field and scored. Like, we got to relax as Jackson State fans. Like, I get it. Everybody wanted North Dakota State, national champions. I get all of that. But it's like, bro, we got to. Football games is going to be played like that. If you're a real fan of football, there's going to be some slow games. People going to miss passes. Like, nobody's perfect. You're never going to see a perfect football game. That's what I want to say to everybody. Like, you're never going to see a perfect football game. We got to stop that.
All right, I got you. Appreciate the call. Thank you.
All right.
Let me get to the next one. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
Hey, brother, Alex, I got one more question to ask you. Any new talk about the stadium getting built on campus?
Oh no, that's they got that held up in with the lawmakers and stuff like that with the politicians. So it'll be a while before we even hear any kind of update on that.
And with your educated opinion, what kind of when the talks come out, what kind of facility you think it's gonna be, like a horseshoe or a fishbowl or a smaller stadium on campus? Or
I would be shocked if they gave us more than $35,000. I would be shocked. I'm hoping that they would do $50,000, but I would be shocked if it's. I'm hoping for $50,000, but I'll be shocked if it's more than 35. I think they're probably gonna do like $35,000 or something like that. But who knows, man? I hope it's $50,000, but we don't know.
So you think the city's gonna be on board with everything at all in the future about building a new stadium at all, or?
I mean, they really don't have no choice if they want that land, because they want that land that the hospital's on. I mean, not the hospital, but the stadium is on. The stadium, the hospital across the street, they want to build other facilities on that land. And so in order for them to do that, they're going to have to move Jackson State Stadium somewhere else. So if they want that land, they're going to have to do it.
And that's going to be years on the road, probably?
Yeah, don't expect anything this year on that.
Also, probably like next, because they hire like an architect already to like do like zoning and stuff like that and everything.
Well, they did.
How much would it cost and everything?
Yeah, they did a feasibility study, so they already did that. But those politicians have to, they have to agree to give Jackson State the money that they need. And when it comes to politics, those Republicans in Mississippi don't really want to pay for the stadium. So don't expect they're going to give us a helping hand. Don't expect that. The blueprints are prepared.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. But you think it'll be on campus or off of campus when they do it?
Well, Jackson State wants it on campus. They have the land already. But the city, they wanted the politicians that I'm talking about, they want it downtown so they can utilize it for other stuff too. So that was kind of the dilemma when they was talking, from what I read.
Okay. Yeah, because I heard about it. They paid the money and everything like that to get the designs and stuff like that, and look do the research on it and stuff like that. But like after that, it was nothing else heard about it at all.
No, I haven't heard anything else. But I'll let y'all know if they have any other updates on it. Appreciate the call.
All right, thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. All right, let me get to the next one. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
Hey, SWAC Buzz, how's it going?
It's going great. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Hey, I just want to call in and kind of chime in. Back in '94, when Steve McNair finished third in the Heisman Trophy balloting, he had nearly 6,000 yards of passing and running. We're talking about, and that for Shedeur to get to that level, he would have to throw for about 500 yards per game and run for 50 yards per game just to get to that level. He's not on that pace. He's on a pace for about somewhere between 36 to 4,200 yards and maybe 40 touchdowns this season. So that Heisman stuff right now, I'm just hoping that he can overtake the guy that's in first place at the FCS level, which is Tim Moret, who plays for Fordham University. And that guy has like 16 touchdowns and 1,300 yards to pass. And so right now, if he can catch up with him, which is going to be kind of hard because that guy is hitting about 440 yards per game and about 5 touchdowns. So that's where I'm hoping that he can get to is being competitive for the Walter Payton Award. That's something that he can strive towards.
I mean, the Heisman Award is pretty much a popularity award, pretty much. And as long as you got guys, media pundits like RG3 and these other guys that just speaking Shedeur up, that's all they need. You just want the attention on them. You just want the spotlight on them. Do I think he will win it? No, I don't think they would have a FCS guy win it unless they just totally dominating their level, like just totally. Like say for instance, if somebody like Travis Hunter was having 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, just dominating every game like that, I think a player like that could possibly do something, or a quarterback that throw for 5,000, 6,000 yards and 45, 50 touchdowns or something like that. You have to do something crazy like that to win it on the LCS level.
Right, even be mentioned because Steve McNair.
But he's already been mentioned.
Third.
He's already been mentioned.
Huh?
He's already been mentioned. So that's just good. That's good in itself that he's being mentioned.
Right. I mean, and I get that he's being mentioned, but realistically, I mean, right now he's 300 yards behind. He's 300 yards and 6 touchdowns behind the FCS leader quarterback for Fordham right now. So if he can just win the Walter Payton Award this year, that's going to be a stretch because that guy is they run like the air raid offense, and they just throw it like flag football every game.
Yeah, but you got to understand it's a popularity contest. Those awards, if Shador is the most popular name and he's getting the most attention, they're gonna give it to him. Even though, and then if that guy from Fordham that you're talking about, if their competition level that they're playing, they just blowing people out and they're not really doing anything, they probably would give it to Shador just to get the award more hype. You know.
Well, right now they got Shador ranked in the top 5, but Lindsey Scott for UIW, he's ahead of him, and Tim Moret for Fordham is ahead of him. Now, Lindsey Scott is only ahead of him by 100 yards passing and like 3 touchdowns. I think he has like 13 compared to Shador's 10. Now, I don't know what they did today, so I'm not counting today. I'm just counting as of today. So he has about 2 guys that are ahead of him. The guy that's in second place, I think he can catch him. The guy that's in first place, I don't know, but we'll see. But I mean, the guy that's in first place was preseason ranked number 1, and the guy that's in second place was preseason ranked number 2. So I mean, he got his work cut out for him.
We'll see what happens. But appreciate the call. Let me get to the next caller. Thank you.
Hey, have a good one now.
All right. What's going on, Caller? You live? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, SWAC?
What's going on?
Well, I was just calling because, again, it's a great win for Jackson State. I'm happy that we won. I think all the callers are happy that we won. And we have a team where we expect to win by that margin. But with that said, 2 things can be true. Right now, I see a lot of mistakes. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but what concerns me is I'm seeing habits that aren't getting corrected. And it's not just one particular player, a couple particular players, it's everybody. So, for example, when Shador got sacked earlier in the game, he held on to the ball and then he had the ball extended. It was the exact same sack that he took last week that he lost the fumble and we lost the touchdown. It was the exact same sack that happened in the Celebration Bowl. For example, another example is Stevion Wilkerson. He fumbles trying to cross the goal line or in the red zone. It's the same thing that happened to J.D. Martin. It's the same thing that happened with Tito. It's one of those things where it's like it gets to a point where these are habits that are building up. The defense against Tennessee State, we give up a big play early. That's they were able to get points off of. Grambling, we give up a big play early. They were able to score off of. Today, we give up a big play early. They were able to score off of. These are habits that I see that I don't want to just get swept up in the score. We have to address these habits before we get into a game that could derail the whole season. We got so much momentum, but one game, just like last year with South Carolina State, could derail the whole season. Does that make sense? Or am I tripping, SWAC?
Oh, you making sense, but what game do you think is going to derail it?
No, so
what game? Hold on. What game do you think has the potential to derail the season?
Okay, and so this is the thing about us, and this is the thing about the SWAC, and this thing about it's one team in particular that I see, and I'm getting way ahead of myself. That North Carolina Central team is for real, like for real. And so we get to the Celebration Bowl. They're going to be a tough opponent. But then in our conference, there's teams that I'm not saying there's any team that's good enough as us, but there's teams that I think match up to where if they kept us on the right time and the way we play down sometimes and how many mistakes we make, there's a bunch of teams like, that I feel could catch us on the right day. I think Texas Southern. I think, the way they use their quarterback and run with their quarterback and what I saw their running backs do today, going up the middle, physical, good at the point of attack, that's where we're kind of getting gas.
Wait, I just realized what you said. You said Texas Southern?
I said Texas Southern could give us a scare. Like, yeah. Here's the thing. When you make that many mistakes, even if you're the better team, you can keep teams in it that aren't up to your level. I think we're far and ahead away of everybody on our schedule right now. But when you make mistakes like that, you give teams that are lesser than an opportunity. And all you are is just one bad day away. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but it's something that if we don't correct, I think it just there's a possibility. I want to remove all doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get beat, or if somebody makes a good play, they make a good play. But you know what I'm saying? But like, when we keep making the same mistakes over and over, that's concerning. And then even just long term, I'm looking at it where it's like, when we do, like, say if we even went undefeated this season, when we step up and we might want to take on a North Dakota State, or we might want to take on a Mississippi State or Southern Miss. These are things that we can't afford to do. We're getting away with it now, but eventually we got to take that next step. If that makes sense. I'm not saying we're bad. I'm not saying we're not dominant. I'm just saying there is a lot of room for improvement.
I got you. I'm gonna respect your opinion, but I honestly don't see anybody except maybe Alcorn is the only game that I see that can probably trip Jackson State up, and that's because Alcorn is a rivalry game, and them boys gonna get up to play Jackson State. They're not gonna be scared. They're gonna be trying to, they're gonna be trying to beat Jackson State because it's for bragging rights. So I could see that game getting tough, but I really don't see nobody else being able to do anything with this team, unless Southern as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. I just got one more question to ask you. Is did you read that Brett Favre, the new allegations that just came out today about Brett Favre?
Yeah, I read it.
Did you see what they said about Deion Sanders and Shador?
No, I didn't see that part.
If you actually read the allegations, he actually even went further, and he was pushing for an indoor facility for the football team as well. And one of the reasons was when Shador was visiting there as a recruit, Shador asked where the indoor facility was, and they didn't have one. And so I just wanted to know if more people were reading into that and seeing what.
So you saying USM said that?
No, I'm saying, and they have more text messages just released today. Where he was pushing for more funding for Southern Miss, Brett Favre, and one of the things that he wanted was an indoor football facility, and and he named a visit with Shador where Shador visited Southern Miss, and and Shador asked where the indoor facility was, and they didn't have one, and he pushed the former governor to see if they could possibly get that too as well. And so I just didn't know if anybody heard about that or if anybody actually read the story. I know there were some people that posted the headlines, but actually read that story, man. It's crazy.
I'm gonna have to look into that because that's crazy if that happened. But appreciate the call.
And it was on ESPN, so I read it on ESPN. So
okay, yeah, I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read that tonight when I get done with the show.
Okay, but anyways, thanks for the call. Not gonna hold you up any longer.
All right, thank you for calling.
All right,
bye. The caller just hung up. You can call back. Phone lines are open 657-390-4814. Y'all want to call in. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's see what we at on the likes tonight. Let's see where we at. We got 368 people 370 people in here. We have 194. Let's try to get to 300 tonight, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Try to get to 300 likes. If they walked on water, fans would say they can't swim. Mr. Ford is 130 years old. However, he's what you say? Hold on, that scroll by real quick. He's in the encyclopedia. Yeah, my guy. I don't know what my guy Mr. Ford at tonight. Let's call. Y'all want to call Mr. Ford? Let me call. Well, it's kind of late. I ain't gonna call him too late if he ain't on. It's almost 11 o'clock his time, but he hadn't called in tonight. He must be asleep or something. Well, my guy, Mr. Ford, is always welcome. He's always a good source to have on here. I love Mr. Ford. That's because USM was recruiting Shador. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me get this call. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me.
Yeah, this is Erica Spearman. I've been in the chat and I watched the show a lot. So I just don't like the fact that everybody keeps calling in, being so negative. How about you do something with that? Go out there on the field. help these kids and the people on the other side, you know, with water, all kinds of stuff like I did. I come from Philadelphia. As a registered nurse, I was out there. I was on the other side. Them kids passing out and rubbing, you know, the pains out of their muscles and stuff. Don't just sit there and not one more person, please. Call here with this couch coaching. Stop. If you can't get your ass up off the couch to go down there, stop talking. Just stop talking. And the negative comments, like y'all, these are kids out there. They somebody's kids. If it was your child, you would not want every single person that's couch coaching to be talking stuff like, let them gel together. They ain't even been together that long. This is not an NFL team. This is the HBCU college football team. Just stop with the negativity. I can't take no more. I just had to get out of the chat and call you because this was annoying me. It was on my last nerve.
I understand. All right. Well, thank you for the call, sister.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Sister came in here shooting shots. She don't appreciate that. She don't appreciate that. She do not appreciate that. Y'all talking about the baby. She don't appreciate that. I understand what she's saying though. Area code 215. Don't play that. Now they saying Coach Prime. Hold on. They're coming scroll by. Hold on, let me read that. What you say, refresh? Let me read your comment. Hold on. Now they saying Coach Prime involved in the fall scandal. Man, that Favre stuff is crazy, man. They would never do that with Michael Vick. Just imagine if Michael Vick or Cam Newton did that. They would have that junk on every news station right now. They would be talking about it 24/7. They would be trying to put them under the jail. But they just go to show you, man. And Brett Favre, he's a scumbag for that, man. You taking all this money. You taking all this money from poor people. Diamond says, "Swag Buzz, you are not funny." I ain't trying to be funny. Why would you call in and make us laugh, Diamond? Since you got so much to say, go on and call in. This caller needs to bring his gripe to Prime. JSU is killing out of state recruiting. Why haven't Mississippi kids embrace JSU? They walk into Florida, Texas, Georgia, and get whatever they want. Yeah, man. I think when you got Mississippi State and Ole Miss, it's gonna be hard because they have the SEC, that SEC conference to hang their hat on, saying, hey, you could play with the best, you could play against the best. So they have that to compete with. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. The phone lines are open 657-390-4814. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And hardly nobody talking about it, but they talking about coaching in Boston. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the media, they clamor to anything that's going to get clicks. And so with that Boston coach stuff, that's just something that's going to get clicks. And so they don't really care about the Brett Favre situation because he's not playing right now. So, and he has a completion for the protection. And so they're not really trying to dirty his name up like that. Read the story. Jahari Garrick, Mississippi kids want to get out the state. The only time they stay is when that bag is being dropped. Yeah, man. That's a big thing about it too. Our kids rarely ever stay in Mississippi, so that's the thing about that. Phone lines are open, y'all. 657-390-4814. I'll take a few more calls, and then we'll be shutting it down tonight. I appreciate y'all tuning in. We have some good games tonight. Let's see if Alcorn won. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Did Campbell win tonight? What conference is Campbell in, y'all? Are they in the Southern Conference? What conference is Campbell in right now? Because I know they're going to the CAA, but they're not in the CAA yet. I wanted to see if they won tonight. Maybe they're in the WAC. Campbell had a bye week. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, Alcorn is up 38-21, y'all. The game is about to be over, so Alcorn won tonight. So Alcorn keep winning, y'all. We might get a home and home with Alcorn and Jackson State if they both keep winning. And that's gonna be awesome because I'm definitely gonna go to that home game in Jackson if Alcorn plays in the SWAC championship in Jackson. If Alcorn and Jackson State meet it for the SWAC championship. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down tonight. I appreciate y'all tuning in. This was fun. We had some good calls tonight. I just wanted to come on here and chop it up with y'all, do like a little post-game show with y'all. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Campbell play NCCU next Saturday. 100. Please, no more Alcorn. I saw a little of that game. Alcorn sucks. You think they suck? I think Alcorn would they would get up to play Jackson State. With those rivalry games, you can't really judge them like by a record because they'll get up to play whoever when it's a rivalry. Give me 1 second, y'all. I thought we had another call, but we don't. But yeah, y'all, appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll be dropping other videos this week. And I may do a live. Let me see when the next time I do a live. I'm probably gonna go live either Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll go live, and then we'll try to do a Friday or a Saturday live where we do like a pregame thing. So I'm gonna try to do that and then do a post-game show. But yeah, y'all, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. I'm gone.